Hello, welcome to your Yoga with channel. It's lovely to have you. Today we have a lovely flow, 45 minutes of aligning our chakras. So if you're familiar with chakra, then you'll know that we will be going from their root all the way up to our crown with asana. So that's yoga positions that help us really tune into each part of our energy cycle. So what actually are our chakras? So I'll just give you a brief overview because we want to get moving and we want to get working on them. They're basically our energy centers that regulate the flow of life force through our bodies. So we have our root chakra, which is at the base of our spine. We then have our sacral chakra, which is just below our belly button. We then move up to our solar plexus, which is kind of around our rib area between our belly button and our bottom of our sternum. Heart chakra, believe it or not, is located around our heart and our chest. Then we've got our throat again, believe it or not, based in our throat. Our third eye, which is just above the point in between our brows. And then the crown is our seventh chakra. And basically we're just going to work through all that different area to try and really align our chakras and make us feel more centered, more stable. It's really good for if you're feeling anxiety or stress, or you just feel a bit off balance in your life. This 45 minutes will really help you and keep coming back to it. Or if you notice any particular points that really need some more attention as we go through this flow, then look for other videos, for other yoga practices that will help you. For instance, there's a solar plexus one that I've done, and I'm sure there's lots more out there. So have a look if there's anywhere that you want to pay attention to. But let's just get started. Let's see how we feel as we go. So there is a playlist that goes along with this YouTube. You can find it in the description box below. And I'm just going to press play now if you'd like to press play with me. So the first song is called Flying. It's a nice, calm one. And we're going to start seated. We're just going to sit and have a little bit of a body scan meditation to see how our chakras are feeling just now. If this feels a bit much for you, then you can take a block or a cushion or anything and have it on the back of your tailbone to help you sit upright. If you feel like you're slouching a bit, this can really help you align. So from here, whether you're on the floor or on a block, let your shoulders drop down your spine with your next exhale. Keep your hands on your thighs or knees with palms facing up, open to the world. And then come back to your breath. Feel your lungs and your stomach fill with that life force that keeps us going every day, every minute, every second. We're going to do a quick scan here to just see if there's any points in our body that are maybe calling out to us, that are maybe demanding our attention or maybe presenting themselves in strange ways, strange pains or illness. Let's start at the top and make our way down. So as we reach our crown away from our tailbone, pull tall and long and feel super aligned in your spine. Tuck your tailbone under slightly. Let your shoulders drop. How does your crown feel? Picture a nice glow hovering above the crown of your head. And then visualize that glow coming down and resting on your crown. Feel the warmth. And then let that glow make its way down over your head to your third eye. Like the glow is being spilled over us, slowly and controlled and beautifully. Does the glow change colour as it reaches your third eye? Do you become aware of any sensations? With your next exhale, let the glow flow down to your neck, past your jaw. Let your whole head relax as it does. Let any tension melt away. And then notice how the glow feels, how it looks as it reaches your throat. Our area for communication, for assertiveness. Do you feel confident? On your next exhale again, let that glow flow down to wrap over your shoulders and down over your heart. Connecting to your heart here. How does it feel? This one always makes me a little bit emotional. We don't often take the time to connect. What does your heart have to say to you? What does it need? Our next exhale, let that glow flow down your ribs, down your stomach into the solar plexus. Feel your ribs wrapping around your organs. Feel the warmth fill you. Feel your thoracic and cervical spine align. On your next exhale, let it come down into your lumbar spine, into your sacral chakra, into your lower stomach. Feel the warmth warm you from inside out. How do you feel here, your digestive system? What is it telling you? Is it saying anything? And then on your next exhale, let the glow come all the way down to your tailbone, to your root chakra. Feel your whole upper body in warmth and glow. Feel yourself radiate with every inhale. Fill your lungs with love, for appreciation, for gratitude. And notice, become aware. What can we do today? What do we need to focus on today? And then let that glow fill your legs all the way down to your toes. Let your legs soften. Feel your whole body come alive with every breath. Filling your body with the life force of oxygen. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Feeling our glow radiate as we do, and then a big sigh out the mouth. Keeping your eyes closed down, let's bring our arms wide and overhead, palms meeting as we reach for the sky. Exhale, bring them down the center line to heart center, nice and slowly. Let your shoulders drop. We are here now for us, for ourselves, for each other, to connect. Let's do this. Let's gently blink our eyes to let the light in. Let's give our arms a big shake. If you had a block underneath your root, your tailbone, then take that out. Put it to one side. We might use it later. Okay, let's come on to tabletop. So coming onto our hands and our knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Have a little sway from side to side. How does your back feel? Squeeze your belly button into your spine, strong core, push the ground away, untuck your toes. Let's inhale to tuck under. So breathe in as you tuck your tailbone and your chin and you push your whole back to the sky, really squeezing under. And then a big exhale, push the air out as you push your belly button to the ground and bring your crown and tailbone high. Let's do two more. Big breath in as you curve under. Big breath out as you reach your crown high. Big inhale. Big exhale. Let's come back. to center, and let's tuck those toes under again. Let's push our hips high, downward dog, nice and gently. Take your time to adjust. Spread your fingers wide, push your palms into the ground, and maybe paddle your ankles, your heels, maybe bending one knee and straightening the other. Respecting the process, respecting your body, seeing how you feel and seeing what your body wants to do today. How do your hamstrings, your spine, your feet, your hands, your head, your neck, your core, your shoulders, how do you feel? Let your head be heavy. Maybe some yeses and some nos. Let everything that doesn't serve you here on the mat empty out the crown of your head. And then let's take a short, slow walk to the top of the mat for forward fold. When you get here, maybe have a slight bend in your knee, let your chest way down, and let your arms, your shoulders, and your head be heavy. If you want to, you can come to ragdoll, holding the opposite elbow and swaying from side to side. Let your crown reach for the ground, let gravity do the work. Breathe here, close your eyes down. Okay, let's release our hands back down to the ground. Let your arms be really heavy and slowly, super slowly roll on up, letting those arms stay as heavy as you can, one vertebrae at a time. And when you start to reach the top of your spine, activate those arms, bringing them wide and high, reaching overhead, palms meeting. And then a big exhale, bringing them down the center line to heart center, and then down to our sides for Tadasana. Palms forward, roll your shoulders down your back, let your eyes close down, and then wiggle your toes into the ground as if you're standing on sand or earth or grass. Really connect your feet to the ground beneath you. It's our net for this practice. We can rely and trust on our mat, on ourselves. Okay, let's go for it. We're going to do some rounds of sun salutations. If you know what you're doing, then go ahead. I would invite you to close your eyes down and really become internal throughout this practice, especially through the sun salutation. If you're not completely aware, follow me. Let's use our breath. Inhale, arms wide and high, reach for the ceiling, palms meet. Exhale, down the center line for forward fold. Inhale, lunge your right leg back. Plant your hands, exhale, plank, lowering down, keeping those elbows nice and tucked into the ribs, all the way down to the floor or halfway, coming into cobra, upward dog, pulling our shoulders down our back and picking our chest up. Hips sink into the floor. And then exhale, lower your chest down, tuck your toes. Let's push our hips high, downward dog. Have a big exhale here. Let's lunge our right leg forward as we inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to roll on up. Arms coming wide and high, reaching the ceiling. Exhaling, coming all the way back down. This time, inhale, left leg comes back. Plant the hands. Exhale, plank. Lowering ourselves down halfway or all the way. Big inhale, cobra, upward dog. Reach your chest high. Exhale, melt your heart down. Tuck the toes. Push back. Downward dog. Have a big exhale here, a big sigh. Reach your chest to your thighs. On your next inhale, let's lunge our left leg in between the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale, roll on up. Arms wide and high. Exhaling down to heart center. Close your eyes down if they weren't already. Take a breath. Let's take a big inhale. Arms come wide and high. We reach for the sky. As we exhale, bring your hands to cactus, elbows in line with our shoulders. Reach your chest forward and then melt down. Hands come wide down to the floor. Forward fold. As before, let's plant our hands. Let's step back for plank. Come down onto your knees. Untuck your toes. Keep your hips where they are if you can, and lower your chest down to the ground. And then scoop forward as you lower your hips and bring your chest high. This can be a small cobra, so you don't need to have your chest high, or you can really extend your arms and push the ground away, opening up your chest. Whatever feels good for you today. I think I'll stay a little bit lower, activating those back muscles a bit more. Okay, let's tuck those toes, let's plant the hands, let's push on back for downward dog. Push your tailbone high, paddle your heels. Okay, from here, bring your feet wide, so at the edges of the mat. And let's walk our hands back to our feet for a wide leg forward fold here. So our feet are just a bit wider than hip distance, sitting at the edges of the mat. Let's bring our heels in and toes out the way. We're going to start with our root chakra. So we're coming down to Malasana, Hindu squat to open up our tailbone and our hips. So squat down, bringing your tailbone to the ground, back of your thighs to back of your calves. Your arms are on the inside of your knees. Take your time to adjust. If your heels are struggling to reach the floor, you can bring blocks or cushions in here so as you can relax a little bit. Keep your fingertips on the ground in front of you if you feel unstable. If you want, you can bring them to heart center and really use your elbows to squeeze your hips out, really opening your hips. And then let your shoulders drop down your back, pull your crown high, let your eyes close down for a breath. Okay, if you want to, you can keep your eyes closed here. We're just going to lower our right fingertips to the floor. So extending our arm to the right, to just outside the right side of the mat. And then reaching our left arm up and back, opening up our hips, opening up our lower back and our chest, reaching our left arm round. So you've got a big straight line in from fingertip to fingertip. Try to keep those knees wide. Take one more breath here, reach further round. Okay, release back down. Let's just swap to the other side straight away. So left fingertips to the left tricep to left knee. Reach your right arm up. Remember to keep those knees squeezing out the way. Keeping our glutes activated. Reaching through the fingertips. One more breath. Okay, let's release down. And from here, let's just reach our hands forward if we can, coming onto fingertips. And let your chin tuck under. Let your head be heavy. One more breath here. Okay, let's crawl our hands forward and make our way back to downward dog. Bringing our feet back into hip distance, having a wiggle. How do your hips feel now? It's a really good opening for the root chakra. Okay, let's lunge our right leg on through in between our hands and let's sweep our bodies on up. Arms come high, torso comes high. From here, if it's a lot on your lower back, you can bend into that left knee slightly, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the core. This is really engaging our sacral chakra. Sink low into that front knee. Open your chest up to the sky, let your shoulders drop down your back. Breathe here. And then exhale, sweep your hands down to frame the right foot. Bring right knee into right wrist and scooch that left leg back, coming into pigeon pose. This is also another really good one for our sacral chakra. So stay here, come down onto your forearms if you like, whatever you need. If you want, you could add in a quad stretch while we're here. So bending our left leg and reaching back with our left arm. Right hand at right shin. Drop your shoulders wherever you are. Close your eyes down. Try to relax into your sacral chakra, into your lower chakras. Use your breath as a tool. Breathe all the way in, down your spine. Let's take one more big breath here. Okay, let's release that left leg if you had it up. Plant both hands, tuck your left toes, sweep your right leg back up, downward dog. Time for the solar plexus. Let's come onto our tiptoes, engage your core and roll forward to plank. Squeeze your core into your spine. Move your hands if you need to, so those are under shoulders. Squeeze your core in, breathe. Nice and controlled, lower down, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the core. Keep the elbows tucked all the way down to the mat. Well done. Let's engage our back and our core here. Bring our hands wide, fingertips on the floor, spreading them wide at shoulder height. Elbows stack over wrists. Tuck your chin under slightly. Front of the feet on the floor. Engage your core, engage your back, and then lift yourself up, reaching your crown away from your toes. Squeeze your core and then exhale, lower yourself down. Let's bring our hands into the top corners of the mat and push back onto our knees. Bring your knees in slightly if you need to. We're coming into puppy pose. You want your hips over your knees, hands at the top corners of the mat, and then melt your shoulders and your heart down into the ground, coming onto your chin or your forehead, whichever feels good. If you're on your chin, that's really opening up your cervical spine. With your forehead, it's making it a little bit more gentle. If you are here, then have a roll on your forehead, on your brow line, nice little massage. Melt your heart down. Okay, let's pull our hands into underneath our shoulders one at a time and push ourselves up. Let's lunge our right leg forward. Have a little wiggle here. How are your chakras feeling so far? What are you noticing? And then tuck your left toes, plant your left foot, so those left toes are facing to the left. We're coming into warrior two. Windmill your arms up, lifting your torso, bringing your arms to a T, dropping them down your back and melting into that front knee. Tuck your tailbone under, have your hips facing the long edge of the mat and your knee reaching for the short edge. Breathe here. Okay, let's focus on our heart. Let's bring our arms back to cactus, palms facing forward, elbows at shoulder height. Inhale and reach your heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades, push your elbows back. Exhale and bring elbows together, tuck chin under. Try to keep your legs in one position. Let's do it once more. Inhale, chin comes high, reach your heart, opening to the sky. Exhale. Tuck it under, protecting it. Palms at the crown of the head. And then release back to a T. Sweep arms all the way high, palms facing each other. And then bring thumbs together and hook them round. Let your shoulders drop, have a slight bend in the elbows, sink low into that front leg. And let's twist onto our left toes. So we're coming into a high lunge with our thumbs interlocked. Pull your thumbs away from each other to open your shoulders. Release your left arm forward and your right arm back. Torso is twisting round to our front thigh. And then sweep right arm down along right thigh to meet left. Both arms come high, reach for the sky. Let's hop our left leg in slightly. Now let's let our right arm fall forward, left arm fall back. Lean forward into your right foot and lift your left. Reach for your left foot with your left hand for dancer's pose. Keep a bend in your front elbow and lean forward. Oh, breathe here. Feel connected with your right foot to the ground. Okay, nice and slowly sweep your left knee to meet your right and then come all the way up to chest. Bring arms nice and high. Squeeze your knee in And then release it back to lunge. Well done. Let your hands sweep down to frame your right foot. Give your shoulders a bit of a break. Take a breath here. Okay, let's bring our left hand wide to the left edge of the mat. Come onto your knife's edge of the left and the right. So both feet coming onto the edges. Take your time to adjust. And reach your right arm high. So your right leg is bent on the knife's edge of the foot and your left leg is straight on knife's edge of the foot. Left hand planted. Okay, let's release our right arm back down. Step our right leg back for plank. Let's nice and slowly lower down. Let's lift our chest for cobra. Opening our throat up, lifting our chin. And then pushing ourselves back to child's pose. Knees come wide, toes together. Sink your hips back to your heels. And let your chest fall in between your thighs. Let your forehead come to the mat. How does your whole body feel? If your shoulders feel a bit intense, then you can bring your arms back and around, hands to heels. Let yourself relax here. Come back to your breath. Try and release some of the tension from your jaw, from the muscles around your eyes. One more breath. Okay, if you had your hands to your heels, bring them up overhead, plant the palms. Let's lift ourselves up to tabletop and then tuck the toes, push the hips high, downward dog, big exhale. Take your time to walk the dog, shake the head out. Reach your chest for your thighs. Okay, let's go for it. Bring your feet slightly wider. We're coming back to Malasana. Walk your hands back for forward fold. Toes out, heels in. Let's breathe in here. Big exhale to melt your hips down to Malasana. Take your time to get comfy. Arms on the insides of your knees, hands at heart center. Push those knees out with your elbows. Shoulders down your back. Close your eyes or drop your gaze. Breathe here. Big long breaths. Start to notice how your body is feeling. Okay, let's do the left side first. Left fingertips to the left of the mat. Straightening left arm. Reaching our right arm up behind us. Pulling back, opening up our knees, opening up our hips. Relaxing our shoulders. One more breath. Okay, releasing down and swapping sides. Right fingertips to the floor, left come high. Opening up our hearts. Closing eyes down if that feels okay. Feeling our connection underneath our feet with the ground. Take one more breath here. Okay, lower left fingertips down. Crawl them all forward slightly. Let your chin tuck. Take one breath here. And then lift your hips as you crawl your hands forward back to downward dog, bringing feet in to hip distance, pushing your tailbone high. Lunging your left leg through in between your hands. Arms sweep up, lifting our torso, tucking our tailbone under, bending that back knee if we need to, dropping shoulders, reaching fingertips to the sky. How do we feel? Let yourself sink in deeper into that front leg. And then sweep arms down, framing left foot, lifting our left foot to bring left knee to left wrist, left foot to right hip crease, scooching that right leg back. Staying here, melting down, or joining me in a quad stretch, planting left palm at left shin and bending into right knee, reaching back with our right hand to right ankle, sinking a bit lower, closing the eyes down, dropping the gaze, coming back to our breath. Breathing all the way into our root chakra, to our sacral chakra. Take one more big breath here. Sink lower into the hips. Okay, if you've got your right leg bent, let's release the foot nice and gently. Plant both hands, tuck your right toes, and sweep that left leg up for downward dog. Okay, let's engage that solar plexus. Come onto the toes, squeeze your core as you roll forward to high plank, adjusting hands where you need to. Let's all lower all the way down to the ground nice and slowly. And then when we get here, bringing our fingertips wide again at shoulder height, elbows stacked over wrists. Let's engage our core and lift our chest, crown reaching away from our toes. Squeeze your belly. One more breath. Reach your crown away and then melt your heart down. Bring your fingertips to the top corners of the mat. Push up onto your knees. Bring them in slightly if you need to. Have them under your hips. Extend your arms and melt your heart down, coming onto chin or forehead. Melting your shoulders and your heart into the mat, tailbone high. Opening up our spine, taking a breath. Okay, one hand at a time, coming into underneath the shoulders and then pushing up to tabletop. Let's bring our left leg through in between our hands. Have a wiggle on this side, see how you feel. And then let's tuck our right toes, lift our right knee, plant our right foot, right toes to the right side, warrior two, sweep those arms up. Coming to a T, opening up our hips, squeezing our left knee out, dropping the shoulders, breathing here. Sinking low into that left knee, engaging your core. Let's bring our arms to cactus, wrists over elbows, elbows in line with shoulders. And then open up your heart as you inhale, push your chest forward, lift your chin. Exhale, curve under, tuck your chin. Palms are facing the crown of your head, elbows meet. One more time, inhale, pull your elbows away from each other, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, elbows meet. Bring your arms back to a T and then sweep them high. Thumbs interlock the opposite way. And then let's come on to our right toes, rotating round for lunge. Let your shoulders sink down. Pull your thumbs up away from each other to reach your heart to the sky. And then lower your left arm back, right arm forward for a nice twist. Pull the fingertips away from each other, feel strong, engage your core. And then lower that left arm down by your left glute all the way up to meet right. Both arms come high, reach for the ceiling. Hop your right foot in slightly. Left arm falls forward, right arm back. Bring your weight into your left foot. Lift your right leg, reach for your right ankle with your right hand. Dancer's pose. And then keep a nice bend in your left elbow. Lean forward, feel strong in your left leg. You've got this. Opening up your heart chakra, lifting your gaze if you can. And then sweep that knee all the way up to our chest. Both arms come high. Bring that leg all the way back to land back in lunge. Oh, let your shoulders drop here. Okay, let's plant our hands to frame our left foot. And let's come on to the knife edge of both feet. Adjust if you need to, bring that left leg back a bit maybe, and reaching your left arm high. This is so deep in the left glute. Keep those hips nice and high, stack the shoulders, push the ground away. Breathe here. You've got this. Okay, release that left hand down. Come back into lunge. Let's step back for plank. Let's lower on down nice and gently. Lift yourself up for cobra. Reach your chest high. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Let's push back for child's pose. Knees come wide, toes come together. Melt those hips to heels, heart to ground. Let your head be heavy. Let your crown rest. Let your third eye rest. Bring those arms back and behind you if that feels okay. Close the eyes down. What do I feel? What do I need? Okay, let's bring our hands to under our shoulders and push on up to tabletop. And then just let yourself come onto your bum. And let's come all the way around onto our backs. Let's have our feet planted, our knees bent. Have your hands out in front of you, palms to the sky, and then roll back one vertebrae at a time, really slowly, keeping your arms straight, engaging your core. One vertebrae at a time, releasing down. And then when you get there, allowing yourself to melt into the mat. And let's pull our knees into our chest for a cuddle. Give our back a nice massage, rocking side to side. And then bring your palms to your kneecaps and straighten your arms. Let's bring our right knee over our left. So we've got eagle legs here. If you'd like to wrap them twice at the ankle, then go for it. Bring your arms wide and then let your legs fall to the left. So our right knee is coming to the left side. Readjust your hips if you need to. Try and keep your shoulders on the mat. If it feels okay on your neck, let your head fall to the opposite side, so facing to the right. Close your eyes down. Feel that deep twist in your vertebral column. Try to relax your jaw. Maybe let your lips part. Let's take one more deep breath here. Okay, use your hands to help you come back up to center. And this time bring your left knee over right, wrapping around at the ankles as well if you'd like. And letting your legs fall to the right this time. Bringing those arms wide, keeping the shoulders firmly on the ground, and letting your head fall to the left. Relaxing somewhere in the body, making sure your hips feel okay. Letting your head be heavy on the mat. Let's take one more breath here. Use your hands to help you pull your legs back up to center. Pull those knees in again for a nice squeeze. And let's do happy baby. So bringing our soles of our feet to the ceiling, bending at the knee, pulling your knees down to the outside of your torso, pushing your tailbone down to the floor, and then reaching your palms to your soles of the feet or peace fingers to big toe, and pulling your heels away from your tailbone. Maybe having a rock from side to side. And if you can bring your elbows to your inside of your knees, help to push those knees out, really opening the hips up. Massaging our backs with a little rock if it feels okay. And if you'd like to see how your hamstrings feel, you could try straightening one leg at a time or both, keeping tailbone low wherever you are. And then come to stillness if you can. Let your shoulders relax, let your arms weigh heavy. Let your hips open, let your eyes close down. Release any tension in your jaw. Maybe let your lips part. And then release your feet down to the mat. Extending your legs or coming into wherever feels comfortable. Taking up as much space as feels good. Spreading your arms and legs wide for Shavasana to close the practice. Let your shoulders tuck under you, coming away from your ears. Your eyes shut down. If you need a blanket or socks or anything to stay cozy. We'll stay here for a few minutes. And just become aware of how your body feels now compared to the start of the class. Feel that glow that you ignited at the beginning. Feel it go brighter and stronger after your work here today, after your breath, your movement. And allow yourself to weigh heavy into the ground, to really truly connect. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and open and melt down. Let the ground support you. And come back to your breath. And slowly becoming aware of your breath again. Feeling it deepen as you become more conscious. Feeling the rise and fall of your stomach and your chest as your body fills and then empties again. Becoming aware of the weight of your body. Feeling grateful for the ground holding us. Maybe start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe rotating the ankles and the wrists. And reaching arms overhead for a big full body stretch. Squeeze all the muscles. Breathe in. And then with a big sigh, release back down. And when you feel ready, nice and gently turning over to whatever side feels good. Coming into the fetal position. And then making your way up gently and slowly to seated. Keeping those eyes closed down if you can. Coming back to where we started with our hands on our knees, palms facing up, feeling tall and long in our spine. Letting our shoulders roll up to our ears and then roll down our back as we exhale. Reaching our crown away from our tailbone. How do we feel? Breathing at our own rhythm now. Bringing our hands to heart center. Bringing our thumbs to our forehead, to our third eye. And bowing to honor this practice, to honor ourselves and to honor each other. Well done. What a beautiful practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel centered and grounded and slightly more aligned. And if not, I hope you've found the parts of you that need more focus and more energy, more life force. And if you have, then just try even simple techniques such as breathing into that area. For instance, if your throat chakra made you feel slightly off in Cobra, then maybe choose to breathe into the throat. There's actually a type of breathing with your throat called Ujjayi. Please get in touch with me or Google it if you'd like to find out how to do that. I hope you have an incredible day or night, whatever you're up to. I hope to see you soon. Check out some of the other videos and check out the socials for your yoga with them to see what's happening. Lots of love.